All right, folks, today we are watching the press conference from Canelo Crawford. If you guys didn't see it, this morning from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Canelo versus Crawford's first press conference went live. One of the more interesting things about this was it was a collaboration effort. Look at this. The WWE streamed it. The UFC streamed it. The Zone streamed it. The Ring Magazine streamed it. Turki Al-Sheikh streamed it. It was everywhere. This was insane. And this truly shows you like the flex that Turki and TKO Boxing, or I guess it's going to be called Zuffa Boxing, are putting out into the boxing world right now.
For decades now, boxing's most formidable opponent has been, well, boxing. Not the fighters, but the business. Negotiations that proved treacherous.
The sport is broken and fragmented. You can't make the fights that everybody wants to see.
Oh, see what I'm saying? They are coming out swinging right away, dude. We want to make sure you guys get the fights you want to see, and it ain't been happening for the last however long.
Terrence, W.A.D.E, Crawford.
Okay, Todd.
Saul, Canelo, Alvarez. His Excellency, Turki Al-Sheikh.
I don't know why they put me here. I want to be in the side of Crawford. Bismillah.
Dang. I know he kind of always says who he wants to win, but he just coming out right in Canelo's face and being like, yo, I don't know why they put me on this table. I want to be over there. Dang. Okay, so Turki rolling with Bud. Okay. There were some negotiations between Turki and Canelo for a while, and even before that, there were back and forth between the two of them. Maybe Turki's like, yeah, I still ain't over that. I'm bringing in this man to beat you. So if Turki rolls with Crawford, Dana White, big Canelo fan. And by the way, where is Dana? Where is Dana White? We need that Dana introduction that Dana gave Connor.
The reigning, defending, 155-pound champion of the UFC.
He needs to get up at that podium and go fucking crazy, dude.
I hate Tom and Jerry's kinds of boxing. I am sure they will deliver for me smashing face and blood, and this is the boxing.
Oh, shit. No Tom and Jerry. I want you smashing face and give me blood. Let's go. Turki's tired of the Tom and Jerry. He's tired of the running. And again, people had an issue with this because, you know, oh, Turki's never fought, whatever. He is simply saying under his platform, under Riyadh season, under the Ring Magazine, he doesn't like seeing those fights. So he is going to put on fights where he is essentially ensuring that that's not going to be the case.
I don't want to force to be having ring 12 by 12 or something like this to have something like this big fight.
If y'all don't stop playing around, I'm going to make the ring a 12 by 12, dude. People be boxing in an actual box. Can you imagine, though? Bro, you can't even breathe in there. This is it. Welcome to your world title fight.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Fahad al-Shihri min qanat.
Next time I want the question in English, please. And start with the international media, please.
Turki is not playing around, dude. He is out here just laying down the law.
Question for His Excellency. You said many times now that you don't want any more of these Tom and Jerry fights where one fighter is chasing the other one.
Is that cop?
What is your plan to kind of stop these fights?
We will not have him anymore. This is the first thing. The second, we will have in this fight and the next fight, bonus for KO.
This fight and the next fight, bonus for KO. So I assume he means... I'm not really sure. This fight and the next one. The next Canelo fight? This is a little bit outside of the realm of normal boxing procedure, but if you come from the MMA community, you know this is a pretty common thing. You're starting to see a little bit of the Dana White influence, right? That's got to be a Dana idea, but I'm going to be honest. Between Canelo and Crawford, they're probably already making a ridiculous amount of money, so this has to be maybe more for the undercard. But again, it obviously could qualify for Canelo and Crawford, but I doubt they care about a KO bonus when they're probably making more money than they ever have.
Social media speculation will say about when this fight is going to take place.
Can you be specific?
Yeah, we saw Oscar De La Hoya.
Can you be Pacific? I love H.E., man. Hey, listen, H.E., you need someone to be Pacific. I'm on that Pacific time all the time. You feel me?
Yeah, we saw Oscar De La Hoya trying to say that the fight was going to take place maybe in the daytime.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, this is what I want from you, to say his name. I decide with Dana White to have a breakfast in MGM at 10 a.m. inshallah. Then we will go to the arena to have the fights quick. And after that, we will go dinner to Carbon. And in the night, we will watch Conjuring because it will launch in September. Oscar De La Hoya wasted my time with this question.
There's a lot to go through here. Cop asked the question about what Oscar De La Hoya said. Let's see if I can pull it up.
Why is it that Canelo has to fight during the day on Mexican Independence Weekend? And UFC with a roster of names I've never heard of is going on prime time.
Jeez.
Cinco de Mayo. He's fighting in Riyadh, and now he's fighting during the day on the biggest weekend in boxing.
This is what HE was upset about. Okay, so this is what Oscar was referring to. He was trying to leak the news that this fight would be during the day, and then Turki essentially is trolling Oscar, saying, like, yeah, me and Dana are going to have breakfast at 10 a.m. at the MGM, then go and have the fights, then wrap them up real quick so we can go, I think he said watch a movie later. I don't know, he said something about The Conjuring. I'm not exactly sure, but he's essentially trolling right there.
Of course, this is in the peak. This is the boxing, the sport #1 in the world. This is Canelo and Crawford.
So there you go. Said this is the peak. This is, of course, this is in the peak.
I need to mention why we choose Netflix. Netflix is the big platform. Second, if you ask about the numbers of the subscriber and the pay-per-view, let's see the record. In that time, in 2015, 2013, the internet and the piracy was not like now. Now is the best options to go with the big platform, and I think this fight, we will have the big record around the world, and we will show the world what is real boxing. Especially Netflix, we will show them what is the real boxing.
Ooh, okay. Taking shots once again. We'll show Netflix and the world what a real fight is. The only other fight that's ever been on Netflix, the first fight ever on Netflix, Jake Paul, Mike Tyson. He also said something there. It's a losing battle to try to continue to put on pay-per-view events when kids at the age of 13 understand the internet better than some of the companies trying to put them behind a pay-per-view wall. You're going to start seeing more and more, and it should have, honestly, it probably should have already happened by now, but you're going to start seeing more and more streaming service boxing promotions, matches, companies, and less pay-per-view. And make no mistake about it, Turki, Dana, they want to beat this number. They want to beat 108 million live viewers globally and 65 million concurrent. They want to do it.
Thank you so much, and I will make the legend continue. Thank you.
All right, Turkey's out. Hey! What the hell? He's True Jordy.
Canelo, welcome back to Riyadh. Of course, the last time we saw you here fighting under the here in the kingdom under the Riyadh banner, you fought William Skull. What were your impressions of that fight night and that fight itself?
You mean William Skull?
Yes, that fight, the whole event.
You think that was a fight? No, I don't think so. That's a deception for me because, you know, I come to fight, but you need to have both fighters think the same, right?
English-speaking Canelo is going levels up in his game, dude. The hooked on phonics is working. This man using words like deception. It's over, dude.
You heard His Excellency saying no more Tom and Jerry, no more running, but you're moving up 2 weight classes. It's not going to be smart for you to stand there and hammer it out with this guy. So how do you kind of balance that, not running, but being elusive in fighting Canelo?
However I got to fight, I'm going to win. Simple as that. I'm not going to let somebody else force me or tell me how to fight when I've been fighting my whole life. I won't be running, you know, I can tell you that. But I will be, you know, doing a lot of touching.
Hey, yo! No, I'm playing. No, it was a decent political answer. He's essentially saying, listen, no one can tell me how to fight, but you're not going to see me run. He's like, that's not something I do. I'm going to fight the way I want to fight, but I'm going to be in there putting hands on it.
You said he's good, but he's no Canelo. What can you do that Terence cannot do?
No, don't get me wrong. He's a great fighter, like I say, he's no Canelo.
He's good, but he's no Canelo. Dang, that kind of hits.
They only focus on my power, but I have more than that. This fight is gonna be one of my best fights in my history, in my record, and I'm very excited. I'm very excited, motivated, because this is all about. I want to make history, and I'm very excited for for this fight.
He said people think I just got power now, and that's all that's going to be the difference, but I'm going to show all the aspects of my game. I hope so, because it's not that people think that Canelo just has power. He has told people for the latter part of the last 3 years that the priority in his game has been his power. He's been flat-footed, standing in front of guys, walking them down, and throwing big-time power. He hasn't been setting up shots as well. He hasn't been moving his feet as much. He hasn't been doing much on the catch and counters as he usually does. I want to see every aspect of the Canelo game.
He's not gonna beat me. Don't worry about it. He's not gonna beat me. Don't worry about it. I think this fight is gonna be in the books of the history of boxing for sure. That's for sure.
For sure, them belts coming with me. They coming home with me. I'm telling you right now.
You can see it, but
I'm
it's
taking
gonna
them.
be it's gonna be difficult. You take it to your home.
I'm taking them. And ain't nothing you gonna be able to do about it come fight
And
night.
I know Turki's injured.
Okay, bud. Yeah, this is what I was talking about. Let's get some intensity in here.
I know Turki's in your corner,
I promise
but
you.
Look, it's gonna be very difficult. He's gonna be so mad that day. Believe me.
I know Turkey's in your corner, but he's going to be mad that day. Okay, Canelo. Canelo using Turkey's own words against him. Looking at him like, yeah, I know he's in your corner. I get it. He brought you up here to beat me, take my belts. I get it. But both of y'all about to be mad. Yeah, this is what we wanted. Now here comes Dana White.
The reigning, defending.
It's fucking red. That's what we need, dude.
I see you. You see I'm different.
I see you too.
You see I'm different than all the other ones.
No, I see you. No, you don't know different. You're nothing different.
I'm different.
Hey.
Nothing different.
I'm different.
We'll see.
You gonna see.
We'll
You know
see.
it.
We'll see.
We
We'll see.
gonna
son.
see.
You know what is interesting about this whole thing is that Canelo looks at Bud Crawford like, you've never made this weight. You've never jumped weight classes like this, and I have. Both guys are acting as though they have something up their sleeve that neither guy has seen before, ready for.
Some people said he should have done a better job cutting the ring off. It was the fewest punches ever landed. Did you see it that way?
Damn, Todd.
I'm not here to talk about his past fights. I'm here to talk about his present fight, and that's him versus me, and that's what I'm here to talk about. Me versus him, not him versus any other of his previous opponents.
Do you expect him to run like a lot of people?
I hope not.
You don't think so?
I hope not. I hope not, because I think people deserve a good fight. And
Is anybody, like, Todd is acting like people are saying Terrence Crawford's going to run from Canelo. Who has said that?
This fight is in Las Vegas. Obviously, there's going to be a huge Mexican crowd there for him. How confident are you that the judges will give you a fair shake after the end of the 12 rounds?
Listen, I can't focus on the judges. I just got to focus on.
How sad is that that's a question in this sport? How fucking sad is that we even have that in our minds when it comes to a fight?
Controlling what I can control inside the ring, and that's going out there and winning the fight decisively.
You're bulked up now. You're bigger than ever. Do you feel stronger? Do you feel like you can knock Canelo out?
Man, listen, like I said before, any fighter can be knocked
Man,
out.
listen.
Canelo got a granite chin. He's tough. He's durable. We've seen him hurt a couple of times, but not to the point where, it's not respected. But given the right circumstances, anybody can get knocked out.
Who would you say is the toughest opponent you've ever faced, and where would you rank Terrence?
no, he's one of the top fighters I'm gonna face in my career for sure. He's a great fighter, but I have many great fights in my career.
Toughest fighter that Canelo ever faced was Floyd Mayweather. If you're talking about toughness, that's a different thing, but the toughest fight he's ever had is Floyd. Bivol second, and Triple G. Honestly, you could put Triple G and Bivol right on the same platform. But Floyd, it was domination. What he did to Edgar Berlanga, Floyd did to him.
And Terrence, the same question for you. I guess a lot of people will be showing up from Omaha and Las Vegas for that weekend. What's your message to your fans as you take on the biggest challenge of your career?
Listen, I just tell them,
Listen.
suit up. We about to bring some more jewelry home, and it's going to be an exciting day for boxing. History will be made. Terrence Crawford will be the first male boxer, three-weight undisputed champion of the world.
That's kind of getting slept on in this whole thing, is that Bud has a chance to be three-weight undisputed champion. That's crazy. Now you understand why he wanted to jump. So, I mean, granted, it's also Canelo, it's also the money, but the accolade of being a three-division in the male scene, yes, three-division world champion is nuts.
And this is what it's all about, ladies and gentlemen. This is what they are.
Looks like a deadlifting belt, son.
For the belt that Canelo has over there, we spent 100,000 pounds. For this belt, we upped the ante.
Wait, the belt that's on Canelo's table was 100,000 pounds? That's the one they gave him after the skull fight, right? Okay, so they took that one, and now they made even a new one as well.
To 140,000 pounds. This is by...
Oh my God! 140,000 pounds? How much is that in USD? $188,000? Yo, the Ring Magazine out here flexing.
Canelo Alvarez, Terrence Bud Crawford are the two very best fighters of this era. But there can only be one. And only one of them is going home with this belt Saturday night, September 13th in Las Vegas. Watch it live on Netflix. I thank everyone for coming out. See you in Las Vegas.
On the line.
I saw this on Twitter. Canelo walking a little past even here to get to Crawford. He didn't set up in the middle here. He walked a little bit past even to get to him. Some intensity. What we like to see. Yeah. Canelo does look, a little thicker. Traps a little bigger. You know what I'm saying? Arms look a little bigger. Okay, so maybe Canelo is a little bit bigger.
Once in a lifetime, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Terrence Bud Crawford and Canelo Alvarez. We'll see you Sunday.
There it is. The first press conference in the books. Listen, Turki Al-Sheikh came out right away, set the tone, said, listen, no more Tom and Jerry fights. We want to make these big fights. Again, talking about this one and potentially in the future on Netflix. Put the message out there that he wants this to be the showing to Netflix and the world of real boxing on Netflix. Obviously taking a shot at Jake Paul. Took a shot at Oscar De La Hoya. And even said, I'm on Team Bud Crawford, which is why we need a representative for Team Canelo. And we're not talking Eddie Reynoso. We're talking big Dana White. We need to see Dana White in these pressers. He's supposed to be promoting the fight. I know he's got UFC Fight Night tonight, or this weekend. But I want to see him in either New York or Vegas. I need to see Red Dana, coming out in support of his favorite boxer, Canelo Alvarez. And listen, this was a nice intro presser. There wasn't a lot really said, but you saw some intense moments. You saw when they started talking about belts, and Bud's like, I'm leaving with your belts. Ain't nothing you could do about it. Canelo's like, you're good, but you're not me. I don't care how much Turkey wants you to win. I'm upsetting everybody. But then the face-off itself, intensity, no games. It's now time to get this fight build going. We'll see what happens, I guess, in New York on Sunday. We'll cover that one as well. And what happens as far as the fight's concerned, the big question everybody has, the size difference. That time, Canelo did look a little bigger, a little stronger potentially. I don't have those answers, so I guess we'll find out.
Like, ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like 550 on the 5 sticky, come get high with me, that's a deal, right? Ride with me.